How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC leak discussion video. In today's video, we are actually going to be taking a look at a very interesting leak or theory or whatever you want to call it, because it seems as though we have finally figured out when the 5th and final DLC fighter is actually going to be officially announced. There's been some new developments that have recently come out, and it looks as though we finally know when this character is officially going to be revealed. However, guys, as always, and I cannot stress this enough, just because we do have all this new evidence that does point towards a specific announcement date, that does not mean that the 5th DLC fighter is going to be announced on this day for 100% sure, so make sure you guys take this with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about this just for fun. If you guys would like to read along my talk, you can find a link to the original post in the description bar down below, and now with all of that out of the way, I have to tell you guys where this information came from. So guys, this information was sent in to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord server, so if you guys haven't already joined up, you can find a link to my Discord as well as links to all of my other social media presences, such as my Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon in the description bar down below, as well as the pinned comment. And now guys, with all of that out of the way, this new information comes directly from Twitter, and it actually comes from an account that I bet a bunch of you are really familiar with, so let's just go ahead and see what the official Game Awards Twitter has to say. So guys, like I said, this information comes directly from the official Game Awards Twitter, and if you guys have no idea why this is important, let me go ahead and explain it to you. So a year ago, on December 6th of 2018, we actually got the official announcement of the first Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC character on the first Fighter's Pass. Now, obviously, the first true DLC character was Piranha Plant, but we got the announcement of the first character on the Fighter's Pass being Joker about a year ago at the Game Awards. And now, the Game Awards has come back and given us some really interesting hints that could possibly point towards us getting a brand new character reveal at this year's Game Awards. So, let's just go ahead and see what they have to say. So guys, like I said, this tweet comes directly from the Game Awards, and it says, "Anyone remember when Joker infiltrated the theater last year?" And then attached, there is also a video, so let's go ahead and watch the video really quick, because trust me guys, I love seeing this video. It's absolutely amazing.
There are still lots of amazing moments coming up in the show. We've got more performances and, of course, the Game of the Year announcement. Oh, whoa, what's going on? Okay.
This is Joker. I've infiltrated the theater.
So, I don't know if you guys remember exactly where you were or when you first heard about Joker joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but for me, I remember it very clearly. Now, I always like to get the physical versions of games. I really don't like to ever do digital downloads unless I absolutely have to. So that night, which was December 6th, I ended up going to GameStop for the midnight launch of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, when all of a sudden I was standing in line and a bunch of people just started cheering, and that's because they found out that Joker was joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so yeah, it's just very cool. Now, with that story out of the way, one of the things that I want to go ahead and say is that, yeah, it is entirely possible that maybe the Game Awards just wanted to tweet this out as like a little, yeah, like we got to announce the first DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but honestly guys, let's be real here. They are definitely hinting that we are going to get another character reveal at the Game Awards this year. I mean, otherwise, like, why even say anything about it? Like, if they said it on December 6th, that would make a lot of sense, but considering they're saying it on November 17th, like, yeah, obviously something fishy is going on there, and they want us to start talking about the Game Awards and the possibility of a new character, so that way we will all tune in and we'll give them even better ratings. Honestly, this is very smart on their part, because they have officially convinced me to tune into the Game Awards when I probably wasn't going to before, so yeah, good on them. That's extremely good business sense. Now, if you guys don't want to take my word for it or the Game Awards word for it, let's go ahead and take a look at what Sabi has to say about all of this. So on November 7th, Sabi went ahead and said, "Hope you're all excited for the Game Awards in a little over a month. I know I sure am," with a winky face, and then they come back and say, "What are you expecting to be revealed at the Game Awards?" I know what I am, and then a little bit later, on November 8th, Sabi actually came forward once again and went ahead and said, "I am not leaking Battle Pass Fighter 5 as of yet," so that means that Sabi 100% already knows who it is. However, maybe VR Plant will closer to the Video Game Awards. Not a promise, just a likely possibility. If that's the case, me and Papagenos will ASAP. I just want to temper expectations right now. And in other news, and then we're not going to go over his other news because it's just stuff about Activision, so yeah. Now, one of the other things I want to go ahead and talk about then is that since Sabi and Papagenos are such good friends, that means that at this point, yeah, Papagenos already knows who the final character is going to be probably. Now, I can't say that one for 100% certain because honestly, I haven't tried to ask him about it or anything. That's his own private business and I'm not going to bother him about it, but I have a very good feeling that he already knows. And one of the characters that he's been talking about for a very long time is Lloyd Irving, so he's one of the characters I think is a very strong chance of making it in, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about that on a little bit later. So yeah, guys, with all of that being said, it seems extremely likely at this point in time that we are going to end up getting a new reveal at the Game Awards. And once again, like I said, it's probably going to end up being Lloyd Irving. So yeah, guys, at this point, I honestly believe that there's only one character that could really fit as the 5th and final DLC fighter on the first Fighter's Pass. Now, don't get me wrong, this character isn't really my first choice, as my first choice would probably be someone like Gino or Crash Bandicoot. However, I think that Lloyd Irving is going to be a great character overall. Now guys, one of the things I want to go ahead and talk about are the deconfirmed characters. Now, I know that we've talked about these characters a lot, but I feel as though it's especially important because let's be honest, the Game Awards at this point are right around the corner. So for those of you guys who didn't already know, we have had 2 leakers, being Sabi as well as Vergaben, both come forward and talk about characters that weren't going to make it into the game. Now obviously, once again, I'm sure you guys already know who these characters are, but Sabi and Vergaben together have deconfirmed as the 5th fighter on the first Fighter's Pass, Ryu Hayabusa, Crash Bandicoot, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, Gino, and Doom Guy. Now, Sabi said that it's entirely possible that these characters could be joining a little bit later. However, at this point, we know that these 5 characters are not going to be joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, at least as of right now, which means that the only likely choice at this point in time, at least in my opinion, is Lloyd Irving. Now, in terms of Lloyd Irving, guys, I made a whole video talking about him earlier today, so if you guys haven't already seen that one, I will leave a link to it in both the description as well as the pinned comment, so that way you guys can go check that video out. I do think that it's very important when learning about Lloyd, but we're just going to go ahead and cover a couple of bullet points right now. So first of all, about a month ago, we actually saw a brand new trademark come out of Bandai Namco, which was for a new logo for the Tales of series, as well as a new icon which looks to be a book, which would be perfect to represent Lloyd in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Alongside that, guys, the Tales of series is extremely popular over in Japan, and Lloyd is a fan favorite character. Now, I know to a lot of people that doesn't really matter because, a lot of people think that, the United States and the West are the only people who matter in terms of, deciding new characters. However, guys, if that was true, we never would have seen the hero in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so yeah. Obviously, Lloyd Irving has a chance because Sakurai's in Japan and he knows how badly they want to see Lloyd in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Also, guys, I know that a lot of people in the comments sometimes say that, oh, Lloyd's just going to be another generic anime swordsman and there's going to be nothing unique about him. However, guys, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Lloyd Irving has a ton of super unique moves, and honestly, he looks like he's going to be a super fun character to play, so yeah. If you guys haven't seen what Lloyd Irving can do, I highly recommend checking out some Super Smash Flash 2 gameplay, because honestly, his moveset looks awesome. However, guys, with all of that being said, do I believe that we are actually going to be seeing a new character announcement at the Game Awards? Absolutely 100% yes. I mean, honestly, guys, I understand that it is possible that the Game Awards were just tweeting about, it because they just felt like it, or it's because it's close to the time that Joker was announced last year. However, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Obviously, at this point, we already know that the Game Awards is aware if they are getting a character or not, because obviously they've had to start planning and, working out how the show is gonna go. So yeah. At this point, they know if they have a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character announcement, and it looks like they are officially hinting towards it so they can get as many people watching as possible. However, guys, with all of that being said, let me know your thoughts about whether or not we are going to be seeing a brand new character announcement at the Game Awards this year. Do you guys believe that we're actually going to see a character announcement, or do you guys think that this is all just means nothing and we're not going to see anything? Why or why not? Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.